It's time for the Glendale Devotional Podcast, a 5-minute weekday devotional ministry from Glendale Baptist Church in Glen, Mississippi. The speaker is John Haynes. Now, here is Brother John.
Thank you for joining us today. I hope that you're having a good Tuesday. Yesterday, we started talking about an issue that we all go through from time to time, and that is the issue of grief. Yesterday, we noted that grief can be quite isolating. These were talking points, if you will, takeaways from a recent online community hosted by Mr. David Kessler. You can find out more about him and the work of these small group communities at grief.com. There are other resources to help with grief. Grief Share. Your local church perhaps has something. Now, when we're talking about grief, we also have to note that grief can happen unexpectedly. That episodes of great sadness can come upon us. Now, I certainly don't claim to be an authority or an expert on grieving. I've been a pastor for 28 years. I serve as a bereavement coordinator for Legacy Hospice in Selmer. But all I do is help people process their grief. I serve as a sounding board, a listening ear. But I do know that when we're going through a loss, the smallest thing can bring about an episode of great sadness. Now, Romans chapter 15, verse 13 says, "May the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace in believing, so that by the power of the Holy Spirit you may abound in hope." My experiences with grief are multifaceted. But one thing that is fundamental, I may be doing okay. We've said goodbye to someone that we love. We've had a great loss in our life. We've turned the page. Maybe we've gone back to work. Maybe we're starting to enjoy some hobbies once again. But then all of a sudden, we're going down the road and a song plays over the radio. It's a normal song. We've heard it many times before. But that song was your loved one's favorite. That particular song was played at the funeral or the memorial service. And you have to pull off on the side of the road because you're overcome with emotions. Sometimes people may say something and maybe not even give a reference to your loved one, but the way they said it makes you think about your loved one, and you have to excuse yourself. You know what this is called? This is called healthy grief. Grief does take time, and episodes of emotion can happen at any time. In fact, over the course of a day, we may experience many emotions. Has anyone ever felt like that? I bet you have. You may be sad. You may start the day off with being happy. Your patience may run thin with people because, well, you just had so much on you. This is grief. These are some of the things that they didn't tell us about grief. But again, I want to tell you that I'm praying for you. May the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace in believing, so that by the power of the Holy Spirit, you may abound in hope. Friend, I appreciate you so much. We'll talk tomorrow. God bless your heart. Have a good and godly day.